Hello everyone. I wanted to place this trigger warning in front of all of my videos for this series because it has to do with teen suicide and the attempt of suicide in general. If this is something that is triggering to you, please enjoy one of my other series. This one can get pretty heavy due to the content. So I do want you guys to be aware of that. I also want you guys to know that you are loved, you are enough, and you matter. If you are ever feeling that way, in a suicidal way or depressed or something like that, please get out there and get help. It's not about pride. To just put that, you've got to put that away. If you are having a rough time, talk to somebody, talk to family, talk to a friend, talk to just a random stranger at the bus stop or something. You know, sometimes it's easier to get off your chest what you're feeling with someone you don't even know compared to someone that's family or friends, just because you don't have to worry about how they're going to think about you or anything like that. You gotta get those feelings out. I've got a couple of numbers here for those that may feel the way that they might be feeling. The purpose of this entire series is to bring awareness to teen suicide and suicide in general. So I do want to give you guys a couple of numbers. The first one, it's pretty simple. It's only 3 numbers. Call 988. If you feel that your needs won't be met from a regular hotline because you might be a member of the LGBTQ plus community, another number that you can call is 866-488-7386. Stay safe, love each other, and help those in need. The world is better with you in it. Thank you. Now enjoy the episode. Welcome back, everyone. Today we will be reading chapter 24. So let's get into it. Chapter 24. I have this dream where I'm walking through a desert made of dust and broken clay. The sun burns my face as I get to my school. I keep walking, back behind, to the bleachers. I climb some steps and sit on a hard metal seat, and I pull the gun out of my pants. It has bullets. 1, maybe 2. Enough to do what I have to do. It's over. No more pain. It's time to be gone. It's time to rest. It's finally time to rest. I don't even try the mouth this time because I know I can't do it in my mouth. I'm not even shaking when I lift the barrel to the side of my head. The side without any scars. When I squeeze the trigger, I'll go blank and fall into nothing. And I don't care who finds me, and I don't care who cares. It's time to be dust and clay, and ashes and sand. It's time. My fingers on the trigger. I squeeze and squeeze a little more, and shaking, hurting, shouting. I woke up jerking and making lots of noise. Clay and ashes. My throat was so dry, parched. Morning sun burned my face, just like in my dream. It was burning my skin pink and my scars brighter red. Clay and ashes. I was in the school bleachers, and I'd slept all night, and it was morning. And I still had the gun with the bullets inside tucked in my pants. Was I still alive? I rubbed my throat as I sat up. Then I shook my head and rubbed my curled up fingers with the fingers that still worked. Yeah, alive. Burned pink, hot, thirsty, but alive. Alive with the gun. Ashes, ashes, ashes. Hell of a dream. It made me sick down inside. It made me want to yell some more. Mostly, though, it made me make up my mind. I knew where I had to go, what I had to do. No more questions left. Ashes. Ashes and clay. Dust and ashes. My legs ached as I went bad boy, good boy down the bleacher steps, barely keeping upright with the rail. The sun, so bright. My head was already trying to hurt. My cheeks felt hot and tight. I wished I had some water, some ice. I was so hot, but it had been cold last night. I remembered the cold. I remembered the clay and ashes. I remembered in the dream how I didn't care about anything. Dust. I was just dust in the dream. Maybe everything was dust. I took an old path away from the bleachers. I knew it from before, when Todd and I used to walk home. It led into a bunch of trees, then to a little road, and all the way to Lake Raven on the big end, near where the benches faced the little fence. Ashes, clay. My feet worked funny, but I was moving. Into the trees, not sweating. At least it would be shady in the woods. It smelled better than the bleachers, like pines and wet dirt. Fresh dirt, not sour dirt, not clay. Clay or dust or ashes. I still didn't remember shooting myself. Dust, dust. I didn't know, not really. Only I did a little. I knew about tired. I knew about cold empty and mad, and now I knew how everything seemed like it got too big and bigger, and I made nothing huge until I pulled the trigger. Clay and dust, ashes and clay. Bullets in, bullets out. Nothing made me feel better for longer than a second or a minute. Ashes, dust, clay. Ashes, dust, clay, I muttered out aloud. The sound of it helped me walk faster, through the woods to the road. Ashes, dust, clay. I was walking to Lake Raven. Ashes, dust, clay. To the benches and the little fence. Ashes, dust, clay. On the road, my face got hotter and hotter. I tried to keep my head down so that my nose wouldn't keep burning, but I kept tripping forward. Nose, I said the third time I did it. For a while, I walked with my hand over my nose, so my fingers got hot. It sounded funny when I said, ashes, dust, clay, under my hand, like it was from a speaker somewhere, like I was on the radio. Radio, nose, ashes, dust, clay. The road was lots longer than I remembered. Radio nose. I put my hand down and wondered how far I was from the lake. Far enough? Too far? It was my fault. Mine. Jersey Hatch. Only I didn't feel like calling myself Big Larry and Ruiner and Loser and Geek Freak. None of that. Nose. Radio nose. I was Jersey Hatch, and I was self-centered. I was Jersey Hatch, and I wasn't so nice before. I was Jersey Hatch, and my life was my fault. Clay and dust and ashes, lots of other things were my fault too, but I didn't feel like making that list. My nose burned and burned. Nose. I'd have a really red nose. I was Jersey Hatch. I had stupid marks and a half-a-mouth smile and a weak hand and a weak leg and a big mouth and a big red nose. I sucked at algebra. I wasn't so good at civics or earth science or any class, and I didn't like the winch. Red radio nose. I was Jersey Hatch, and I said lots of stupid stuff. My mom was at the beach, and my dad made bad oatmeal. Todd didn't like me, and Lisa was tired of me. And guys I used to know wanted to pee on me. Mama Rush. Mama Rush was sick and she needed a tube, and she knew I had a choice to make. Mama Rush didn't get in my way. Skinny Jen. I hoped she got to smoke another cigarette. Tube. She liked her cigarettes even though they were bad for her. breathing harder, hard, hard. My legs burned like my nose, only not from heat. The gun rubbed on my belly. I had sweat there, but not on my face. Nose, radio, tube, a sign, the lake. Lake Raven just ahead. The benches, the little fence. I probably came here with Todd and lots of people before, even the guys who peed on me. We probably walked just like I did off the road, across a stretch of dirt, through a little patch of woods and out again to grass. Lots of grass stretching everywhere. Up and back, right and left. Green grass covering a really big, wide hill. And down, on the other side of the hill, Lake Raven. Blue water in the summer and fall. Black water in the winter and spring. The benches had and the little fence. I could see them now. Radio nose. See them. Head for them. Almost there. Almost finished. Sun burned my nose. Sun blazed off the little waves on Lake Raven. Blue black water. Lots of ripples. Little white top waves. A breeze hit my face and cooled it some. Nose, I muttered. Nose and radio. Clay and dust and ashes. Almost there. Almost. Almost. At the benches now. To the fence. Beyond the fence, the hill dropped away. Straight down to the lake. Nose. Good thing there was a fence, or people would fall in all the time. Radio. All the time. I stopped at the fence to catch my breath and stared out across the water. The sun was so bright I had to make my eyes squint. Lake Raven was big, but I could see the beach on the other side. A little beach, nothing like the ocean. Little waves, nothing like the ocean. But people still came to Lake Raven and the little beach where it was warm. We came here lots when I was little. Mama Rush used to bring Todd and Lisa and me, too, to that little beach on the other side. Sometimes people swam or floated on floats or floated in little boats pretending to fish. Nose. That's what Dad said they were doing, pretending to fish. Lake Raven wasn't too big to see the other side, but it was deep. I knew it was deep. If something fell in Lake Raven and sank, it would sink forever, down in the blue-black, all the way down to cold, empty nothing. Radio. Radio nose. What are you doing, moron? The question popped out, sounding so much like JB. I guess it was JB. What are you doing? Thought about Lisa in the hospital, talking about Mama Rush. What is she doing? I hoped Lisa was doing really good. I hoped Mama Rush was okay, and Todd and the cheerleaders and my dad and my mom. I even hoped the winch was okay, and Mr. Saban, and the other teachers, but I didn't much care about the guys who peed on me. And I didn't like Romeo Man or Lisa's Honey Honey. If they weren't okay, well, whatever. Nose. They could be un-okay, and that would be okay with me. Still breathing hard, but not so hard, I bent down, used my good hand to hold onto the fence, and crawled through it. Through the fence. On the other side now. On the lake side. I stood up slow. Slow. Not too fast. Radio. I didn't want to go falling in the lake. No falling. Slow. Slow. Rudolph nose. Burning nose. Burning eyes. The water was so blue-black, bright, and deep, deep, deep. I was standing on the hill now in front of the benches, on the other side of the little fence. Nose. I took out the gun. It felt heavy and hot and sweaty. Sun bounced off the metal like it bounced off the blue-black water. The metal looked blue-black too. The gun had 2 bullets and 4 empty places. I felt like it was glued to my hand. Nose. Have to do this. Enough's enough. I tried to move, but glue. Really, it was glued. Nose. I tried to lift it, but I barely made my arm twitch. Radio nose, burning sun, bright light on the water. Time. Time. It was time, and I couldn't move. If I had brilliant last words, I knew what they'd be. Deserts. Up and forward. Big Larry. Romeo Man and Sissy U and Skinny Jen. I'd say all of it. I'd shout it. Everything that clogged up my head and fell out of my mouth. Selfish. Self-centered. I bet you think I'm mad at you. Peanuts and shoelaces, I yelled. Hoochie mamas. Frog farts. Yeah, frog farts. I still couldn't move. Frog farts, I yelled again. Nose and radio and devil and Santa Claus, winch, brilliant last words, tube, sock, peanuts. My jaw clenched. I ground my teeth loud enough to hear them over the soft rush of the breeze making waves on Lake Raven. Nose, radio, enough, enough. I glared at the gun and didn't squint my eyes, even though the sun glare hurt. Enough. In my head, the gun answered me, like JB. Never enough until it's over. Never ever enough. More. Always more. Always one more time. Over now. I lifted it a little more, even with my shoulder, my neck. Enough! The gun slipped and slid, not glued anymore. I had to hold it tight. Never enough until it's over. Never, ever enough. Even with my ear, my nose, my eyes. I could see it there in my fist, blue-black like the water, oily and metal and waiting. Never enough until it's over. Even with the top of my head, higher, higher, all the way up. High as it would go, high as I could get it. Hold it tight. Hold it. Hold it. Never enough. I leaned back, then swung forward and threw that gun as far as I could throw it. It sailed out of my hand, unglued. It flew, unglued. Nose, radio, peanuts. It flew, and it fell. It turned over and fell straight into the blue-black ripples with a big spray splash. I was hopping, trying to get my balance and stand up, trying not to fall down the hill, almost to the edge, almost over and gone. I fell sideways to keep from pitching into Lake Raven. Nose. I fell hard, face down in the grass on the hill. Nose. Burned nose. Mashed nose. But I didn't care. My heart thumped. My breath jerked in my chest as I sat up and looked down at the lake. The gun was gone. Gone forever and sinking. Sinking into the cold black empty, with its 2 bullets, with its 4 empty places, but without me. Nose. Without me or my nose, or my shoelaces or my peanuts or anything else. I started laughing. Then I started crying. I put my hands over my face and sat there and cried, and I didn't keep any tears at all. The police brought lots of cars with flashing lights, an ambulance, and a fire truck. Maybe 2 fire trucks. Lots of noise and lots of people. Lights, noise, and lights. They brought a big man in a uniform who crawled over the fence and fell down on the other side. Lights and noise. He got up and kept coming until he got his hands on my shoulders and said, "Son, are you all right?" He didn't let me go. He helped me get back to the fence, get back through, get to the benches on the other side. As I stumbled toward the lights and noise and lights, I saw him. He was standing with some policemen with his hands in his pockets. He was looking at me. Todd. A policeman brought me water and a blanket, and the guys in the fire engine ran out to check me over. They started putting something white and cool and nice all over my nose, and my cheeks and my stupid marks. "Todd!" I called, but my voice was too quiet. Besides, he was turning around, getting in a police car. Then he was riding away. Away. I wanted to run and catch the car and tell him about the gun, about how I threw it away and how I threw away dying forever until it was my time to die. I threw it into the lake. The gun and the nothing and the dying. But Todd couldn't see me waving, and I'd never be able to catch that police car. Maybe I could tell him later. I'd tell him later. Maybe he'd listen. It was afternoon, the police said. I'd been gone almost a day, and Todd helped them find me. Noise, lights, nose. Only my nose was white now, and it wasn't burning. Then another car came, and I could see who was driving. My dad. When the police let him through, he ran straight to me and grabbed me off the bench, blanket and all, and started hugging me. Nose, I said. Dad didn't stop hugging me. I threw it away, okay? I hoped he wasn't too mad at me. Nose, I threw it in the lake. Bullets too. The gun. I threw it away forever. Dad still didn't stop hugging me. He didn't stop for a long time, but that was okay. That was just fine. I didn't mind at all. That's it for this week. We'll see you guys next week with chapter 25, which will be our final chapter.